I don't know if we're quite there yet. Hopefully we'll be coming back online shortly.
Oh.
And we're back.
Oh, great.
Britt, you there? I see your mic's on.
No, that's me.
Okay. It's coming through under Britt's laptop.
Yeah. I know. That's because I'm sitting in front of her computer right now. Because I'm amidst cooking food and role-playing now. I'm a jack of all trades.
We are back. I'm ready to kill this zombie.
I haven't
finished. All right, back online. Sorry about the technical difficulties there, folks. It was... I'm guessing it was actually the streaming software. It looked like when I pulled it up, it was kind of starting to glitch out, and it didn't look like it was properly loaded anymore. So I apologize about that. Apparently something happened to the software there while we were running, and it kind of got jacked up. But we are back with it now. And where were we? All that sidetracking got me like thrown off. So what were we doing? Intense?
Well, we already had the intents. We got our initiatives, I think.
Okay, we got turn orders and stuff. Okay, yes. So, Ben. That's right. We were on Ben. And Ben rolled...
Yeah. He failed, it looks like.
I don't know why you rolled twice. You didn't have to roll twice. 58 out of... Oh, wait. You were going to Gestalt. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Gestalt. I apologize.
Yes.
So, what was your appeal for the Gestalt here?
His track stuff. Or cross country.
You did weightlifting. Doing weightlifting, except, as you know, I never did football in high school.
But yeah, it was cross country
running.
How many was it just through your high school years, or did you do some after high school for a while as well? Like how many years are we talking?
4 years.
4 years? Okay, so you can make 4 expenditures on it, which would allow you to, since this is a unsupported skill currently, for 1, I would let you spend some of that to make it a supported skill, which what that will do is it'll actually make it easier for you to raise it, so it's a skill that you have background in, essentially. And you will be able to roll, first roll 2d6, and then whichever one of the 2 results is higher, and then do that again. So you do it twice. And the 2 highest results on both rolls is what you add to your skill to increase it. So to give an example, I'll do it in the chat real quick. You would do that, which would be an increase of 6, and then another increase of 5, so you'd have a total increase of an 11 with that. So we got 3 on the first one. And you can do another set as well.
It's rolling. Six.
All right, so you can go ahead and raise your skill by 9 points there. And if I had been feeling excessively generous, I could have let the 6 explode, but...
So how much Gestalt does that cost him then?
That'll cost him the 4 Gestalt. So 2 of them went to supporting the skill, and making it a supported skill as opposed to unsupported, since you guys didn't get to choose any traits, and then the last 2 were for actually raising it. So now that you have your new percentage, you can go ahead and remake your skill check. I'm not going to have you use the ones that you utilized before making the Gestalt expenditure.
Alright, it's rolling.
Come on, dice roller.
The slow roller.
Yeah, I definitely feel like Roll20 might be having some issues. 43, is that now actually under your skill level with the raise?
It is over by 6.
Dang. All right, so you're struggling with this shelving unit now. More than likely the reason is because before you guys started moving it, no one told me that you were trying to dump any of the stuff off of it. So the shelves are actually still loaded up with crap, and you're just trying to get it back up onto its feet, and that extra weight is just making it real tricky for you to kind of get it up there. So you're struggling with that a little bit there, Ben. While that's going on, Britt, you can go ahead and move yourself into the room.
Where you want me to go?
Wherever you were moving to.
It's back here, right? Yep.
All right. And did everybody else lose Randy, or was it just me?
No, he's frozen on my screen.
Let me try to reconnect the chat. There we go. Sorry, Randy, your stuff flaked out there for a second. But we're up to you, actually, Randy. So you were just doing the movement up to the door and then opening the door, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get... You can move yourself up there, and I'm working on removing the door that you'll be able to see through it here in a second. Oh no. Man, yeah, Roll20 is having some issues today.
You only see like a line there. I just don't know if it's supposed to be like that or not.
Okay, guys, so I do apologize, but it looks like Roll20 is having a lot of issues right now because... Oh, and he had a interesting code for Gestalt rolls, actually. Fair enough. Let's at least see if we can get through this round, because I would like to get a little bit further in this, but it definitely looks like Roll20 is starting to give us some issues, because I keep losing connection to it and seeing it spazzing out here a little bit. Hopefully the stream is still processing okay for everybody. I don't know if this is like an internet issue going on or what we have here, but so Randy, you made it up to there and you can kind of see into the room now. Let's see, that would bring us to Tom, and you were opening a door as well, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So let me get that out of your way. There you go. So now you can kind of see a little bit.
Next step in there.
Yeah, I'll let you take one step in. That's fine. Randy, you can do the same if you want. And Sam.
Yep.
So you were struggling with this zombie here. And you said you were going to use your combat knife defensively here, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So I got 1 degree of success and rolled a 2 on my damage die.
Okay. And with your degree of success, you can add an extra damage die if you want. Or you can try to break the hold.
Oh, I'd prefer to break the hold. I don't want him holding me.
Okay. So you'll end up kind of jabbing the knife up into its jaw, and then using the handle to kind of help you push him back off of you a little bit, basically guiding him by his lower jaw. And I will remove the clinch icons for you. So you're no longer clinched, but he is right up next to you, which means he does have the ability to try to get a hold of you again if he wants to, or just kind of like, swat at you or whatever, what have you in the meantime. Which brings us up to the zombies. I'm going to start with our ones that are outside. Well, actually, I'll start with this for our people watching. Woo, not 1,000. There we go. Okay, so for those watching, what that actually is I was doing my encounter check to see if anything new gets thrown into the situation here. And at present, we don't have to worry about that per se, but we do need to worry about these guys. I'll make these here real quick. Okay, and then this is shambling inward. And the zombie over by Sam is going to try to take a swipe at her. So it's not trying for a grapple again, even though it is pretty up close to you. It is going to try to just kind of take a swipe at you this time. With an absolute miss. Now, since I kind of have been cheating a little bit because we've been having so many technical issues and it's throwing me off, actually, and I apologize about that, folks. So the roll there for the zombies attack actually should have been accounted for before you went ahead and made your check, Sam. So that's going to give you an additional potentially 3 degrees of success to work with.
Okay.
Did you want to use those on doing more damage?
Might as well. Because, I mean, that's about all I can do, I think, right? Let me see here.
For the most part, yeah. You already broke the hold, so. You have 3 extra degrees.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you can convert each of those into damage because you do have accuracy on the knife.
Well, 3 degrees with the combat knife would allow me to do a rend.
Can't while you're doing it defensively.
Okay, so because this is defensive, it would just be 3 additional damage die?
Damage, yeah.
Okay.
Gotta do enough to kill him.
6.
And you had the, what?
And I had
1
2.
before? 2 before?
2. Yep, so 8 total.
That is not enough to put him down. However, as you're like ripping this knife around in his jaw, after you kind of like push him back and you're trying to get your knife back, you literally rip the lower jaw of the zombie off.
Ah, he can't bite me now.
So it is kind of attached to your blade at the moment.
Ew.
And
Can I shake it off a little?
with as many successes you got, I'm going to let that actually put a little distance between you and the zombie as well.
Okay.
So we'll shove him back a little bit further.
Give him a little drop kick. Okay.
And at this point, this guy will make this roll for everyone watching to see. And that is not enough for him to crawl his way into the window yet. So you guys are lucky that the one that is trying to get in the window over by you has yet to get in. However, with where he's positioned and with the way he's fiddling with stuff, I am going to go ahead and say that he has moved the curtain enough to kind of bleed that light in. So that'll light that room up a bit more. Oop. And let me get rid of that too, so you guys can see out the window. There we go. Cool. Now.
Oh, look, my mother.
We've got a couple zombies, obviously, in the house that probably need to be dealt with. And I would like everyone to give me a spot listen check.
Everyone do a spot listen? Is that what you said?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll for both of us here real quick.
Woohoo.
I can't spot anything.
All right, Britt, Randy,
Spot listen successfully.
Ben, Sam. It looks like you keep rolling twice, Ben. So on one of your rolls I'm seeing a 7, and on one of them I'm seeing a 77. Now I'm going to be nice, and I'm going to give you benefit of the doubt and assume that the first roll is the one that you should be taking, which in this instance is a 7. So you are successful.
That case, I was being mean to myself and taking the 77.
Yeah, I'll give you benefit of the doubt and let you keep your first roll. So you got a 7. That is definitely successful.
All right.
Randy is successful. Britt, I'm guessing, failed. Tom, based on how low that is, I would assume a success. And Sam is probably a fail. So Ben and Randy and Tom. You're all very aware of, obviously, the various banging now on the outside of the house. And what you're fairly sure of, and let me just double check here too. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you're pretty sure somewhere around about, I think, here-ish on the second floor. So you're hearing this through the ceiling. It sounds like they're shuffling in roughly this area.
I told you, Randy. I told you there were zombies upstairs.
So we've
Could be
got
a
sound
raccoon.
emanating from there.
Could be something else. Could be
a bear.
rats. Cows.
It's a man-bear pig.
Cows can't go upstairs.
No, cows can go upstairs. They can't go
Oh,
down.
they can't go downstairs.
Yes. So that's how they got stuck up there. That's why they're still up there.
It's the pigs.
All right. So I think I'm going to end up having to do here, because we are getting towards the end of our stream time as well. I apologize that we didn't get so far into combat, but we did do a little bit of character creation towards the beginning of things, so I wanted to make sure everybody kind of got a chance to see that and make sure it was included in the video. But we'll be kind of getting ready to wrap up here. I do see that there are a few people in the chat watching right now, so I wanted to know if you guys had any questions about Outbreak or anything like that here real quick, or questions for any of the players, anything like that that you wanted to kick off before we end up closing out the stream. We can kind of take the last 10 minutes here for that. And I will be saving this map. So we can potentially continue this in the future if you guys would like to see the House on the Hill scenario finished off sometime. And we can try to do things like include macros and things like that to make it a little bit slicker, so we can show you a little more of the dice rolls better in the actual chat system and all of that, without having to, just have you hear us rolling. Now, but yeah, does anybody have any questions? We'll give it a little bit here, see if anybody has anything that they want to kick across. Yeah, Wrath, and we have been discussing that, and I mean even more so if we're going to be using Roll20 as a medium here potentially for doing streaming and things like that for our community. Yeah, it would obviously be very beneficial for us to get one Outbreak listed as an actual game system in their listing, and then two, to be able to kind of set up some macros and a few other things that are actually specific to Outbreak that allow for some of the management of the system a little better. Because that also will allow people to play around with more of the rules than they might otherwise, because obviously this game can get very complex. So that is a very good point, and I would imagine we'll be looking into that. I can't make promises, but I would think so. And like I said, we will consider going ahead and running the remainder of House on the Hill here, since we don't have anyone dead yet, but they certainly haven't survived yet, and there's a lot more that they can do in this house. I have a few more surprises hidden for them throughout the place, and a few little treats and tricks to go around. So, yeah, we will definitely consider running this again. This will not be the game we're running tomorrow, however. So for everybody that's been following us, you will know that we have another stream going on tomorrow to kind of continue on with the celebration of International Tabletop Day. But we're going to do something a little more special tomorrow even than just House on the Hill. I know this is a scenario that people definitely do love, but we're going to try out a more customized, specialized scenario solely for the stream tomorrow. You'll see a few of us back, a few of the people that are here tonight. You'll also see some new folks, since Chris, the original creator of Outbreak, all the way back to first edition when him and Ivan first made everything, he will actually be the one running the session tomorrow. So definitely a trove of information available there. Other than that, we definitely want to thank everybody for coming out for International Tabletop Day and hanging out with us for a few hours and, you know, suffering through the various technical difficulties that we may have had and watching us kind of learn how to use Roll20 and actually be instructed by our friendly community in the chat on how to use that, because, yeah, we're missing a lot of options still yet. But again, thank you for joining us. We really do appreciate it. I mean, you could be doing tons of stuff for International Tabletop Day, so it really does mean a lot to us that you would choose to spend a few hours with us and hang out watching some Outbreak Undead. And hopefully next time we'll see a little bit more zombie death and a little bit more player death, because I think that's what everybody always gets really excited about with Outbreak games. So other than that, you guys have a fantastic evening. And do some more gaming, enjoy yourselves in what time we have left for International Tabletop Day. And we'll catch you next time here.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
And the stream's still up for a few seconds, guys. They won't be able to see us, but they'll hear us, because I want to make sure that we get a full closing to it. So just give it a moment.
Okay.
Boy.